to be a little bit more candid. And because of that, I'm going to just think of a topic and post it and let's talk. And I was just speaking to my mom uh, about men and how wonderful a subject that is. So let's expand on that. And maybe it's just time for me to be married. Maybe I've been fighting it far too long. Maybe it's just time to do it. So I entitled this, It's Time for Me to Be Married, because maybe it just is. Maybe it just is. Maybe it just is. For the longest, I don't think I fought marriage. I just thought I'll do it when I'm ready. I never really had this thought of, oh my gosh, I can't wait to be married. I mean, I've always had the thought of this person is great, but just to end it with that person and have them before I was ready was not something I ever wanted to do. And I've had great relationships. However, I've often been that person in the relationship where I was the one that no, let me be honest. Hope, it's time for honesty. I wasn't honest in my relationships. I was not honest because I felt that I had to play I wasn't honest because I believed the role for me in a relationship was to be the pretty well-behaved girlfriend, which is what I did in front of them. But then, what's up, retired LEO Lawrence? This is a different type of life. This is just confidence, but real, just honesty. Yeah, it's not that I played a role, because I remember someone saying, Hope, you play this good girl role, which it's not a role. I just show up as me. I'm not mean. I don't really nag. I don't like being told what to do. So I'm not one to tell someone what they should do. What's up, Brooklyn? In relationships, except for one, because of a violation of trust, I'm not calling you to ask you where you're at, where you're going, when you're going to be back. I don't actually care. If we've gotten to the point of being in a relationship, I've vetted the person enough to know this is what I want and this is what we will do. Outside of that, I like my independence. I want a person to have their independence, and then we can have our independence together. But sometimes men are weird. People are people. I've often played maybe in that role, especially the Western role of the masculine, in the sense that I was traveling. I really have had such an expansive life that my goal wasn't just to tie the knot with someone so I could live in a tract home and shop at a department store. I wanted to see the world and do all of these things, which I've done. And it's not until this point where I do believe, like, okay, sure, I am actually in a space where I would be receptive to a marriage or long-term relationship. My parents are still married. They've been married for, I don't know, close to 50 years, over 45 years. And I know what that takes. Now, as I said, I have not always been honest to the men in my life. No, I've been honest to the ones that we weren't at the boyfriend girlfriend space. Maybe we were seeing each other, but I've kind of been you couldn't really tie me down purposely. And I think that's what they all liked, because they couldn't really tie me down. Now I could actually settle down. This is why. What's up, I am Frey. It's a little bit different of a live because we're talking about relationships and maybe marriage. I don't even know if it's like, what is the use at this point? What is the point? What is the point? What is the point? And I'll say this, I'm great at choosing. I'm great at my prospects for the people that I have or have had in my life. And so I trust myself in that. I just can filter out if it's not right pretty quickly. I haven't really, with dating, ever been ghosted. Maybe once. I remember one, and it was funny because I went to this, it was almost like a speakeasy when I was in New York or New Jersey. I went to this whiskey bar. It was a beautiful whiskey bar with dark leather and dark lights. Thank you, SA. And it was really cute. And I went with some friends, and as we left, we stopped at this bar in Lower Manhattan. And it was like I don't even go to bars. I mean, ugh, what am I going to do at a bar? Play pool and drink beer? I'm not going to do that. But this gentleman approached me. We started talking, and he was impressed by whatever conversation we were having, which, I'm sure I did impress him. I don't doubt that. I'm sure when someone has a conversation with me, they feel engaged in the conversation. However, we exchanged contacts, and we had spoke a few times on the phone. And he was like, Hope, you're so smart and you're so ambitious and you want to do this, this, and this. And he, I think, owns an energy company. He does something great. And he had asked me to go to dinner with him while he was in New York. So we went to dinner. I think we went to Tao. We went to Tao. Thank you, cool Aaron, in the Dream Hotel on like 15th. And as we were eating, first of all, if anyone's been to, I believe it's Tao. If they've been to Tao, it's a pretty well-known restaurant. And the restaurant has a menu that is thick. And he would travel to New York, always stay at this hotel, and always eat at this restaurant for several years. But he only ate 2 things. And I thought, like, you only eat 2 things? Chicken satay? Like, this is a fantastic restaurant, and you only choose like chicken on a skewer with peanut sauce or fried rice out of everything on the menu, but that's what he chose. And I wasn't drinking, and so he said, You're not going to get a drink? I said, Of course not. No, I'm not going to drink. And he said, Do you always not drink? I said, Yeah, I don't drink. Or at least now I'm not drinking. He said, Oh, okay. I thought you were going to drink. Okay, I'm not drinking. So we can move right past that. So we finished the meal, and then I went home. and he had sent a message like that was the best date and all of this, whatever they say after the date. And he had said how he wanted to eat again or see me again. And I said, okay, well, let's see. Tomorrow I have a dentist appointment. I have this. Like, I can meet you for lunch in between because I'm not changing my schedule. But I am going to get a manicure and pedicure. Then I'm going to the dentist. He said, oh, I'll come meet you at we'll get a manicure. I thought, okay, great. This is great. I'm getting a manicure, pedicure anyway. And then continuing on to my dentist appointment. So why not have someone there to talk to? And ideally, he'll pay for my manicure, pedicure, which was a standing appointment. I was going anyway. And he messaged like, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see you. I'm so looking forward to see you. I can't wait. Well, I guess he could because he never showed up to the manicure place. And it was funny to me because that's okay. This is why I choose not to, specifically with this person, plan. I just said, this is my day. We'll figure something out in between then. Because my day is going on. I'm going to get a manicure, pedicure anyway. If you don't show up, I love that you signed in with your different name. I see I am Frey. I'm still getting my manicure, pedicure, and going to my dentist appointment. And I don't message people like, hey, where are you? Because this is the first time that it ever happened. I've never had that happen where someone just doesn't show up. And most of the time I'm in a relationship anyway. But that was the only time where I guess that would have been ghosted because he didn't show up at the manicure pedicure, but I was already doing it anyway. What's up, King Kush Imp? So there was that time, and I've had really, really, really great dates, and I don't have many bad things to say. There may be people that I love the yellow hearts. Maybe they have something to say about me. What's up, C-Los Focus? Because there was a time, shoot, yeah, I'm here to live. I'll tell you what you want to hear, baby, and go on with my life. But no longer. I have fun. I have had a hardened heart though. I know there was a relationship where I really loved the person and I am I on the market? What market are you talking about, Richard? What market? We have to define what market. Yeah, I was kind of hardened because that hurts. And maybe it's it came back around because I may have put that out prior. But I did really just feel safe with the person. And thank you, Richard. And now, yeah, my eyes are, well, it's not that I'm tough. I mean, I take care of myself. However, in a space with a partner, with a man, I'm falling back all the way. It's just, I provide for myself and I do that in a graceful manner. However, I am very soft. I am. Yes, I'm a bottled blonde. I am not Aborigine. Most Aborigines would have natural blonde hair, not me. This is color, it's bleach, it's from a bottle. Thank you, Sparkles. So, yeah, I think, you know what? I'm saying it here on TikTok. I'm ready. I'm actually just ready to throw in the towel. And Richard, here's the thing, you have to just act. Because if you ask, that means you're asking, um, you have to determine that on your own. You have to determine that on your own. But as you see, I'm just hope. That's all I'm going to say. And usually, where is Mag? Because I always say it takes a grand gesture. It takes a really grand gesture, or else I won't notice it. I won't notice it unless it's a grand gesture. Um, and I'm lucky enough that I don't want to be, I will be, because I do it for myself. And me and all my sisters were spoiled. So I just continued that for myself. However, I spoiling and gifts is Mag, is it here? Yeah, I know, I know. I spoil myself in a different way. What I said, what I wanted for my birthday, which was Sunday, I said I wanted to gift myself my TED Talk. My TED Talk was my birthday gift. My TED Talk last month in October was my birthday gift. So that was my spoiling for me. It was work, it was a goal, it was a dream, it was vision, and it feels better than any other gift that I could have given myself. So, of course, yes, spoiling. But there's levels to that. There's levels to spoiling. There's a level, and I did it. I know. I am praying. I did it. I did it. I did it with no shoes on. There's levels to it, and it starts with I'm a daddy's girl, and I spoke on my other live yesterday about my father, and my father. Yeah, she's doing you a favor, yet she wants to be married. I don't understand that. Bossman 24. Not want, I will. I'm saying I'm actually ready. Before this is true. This is very true, Richard. This is true. I have been proposed to, and I said no, I wasn't ready. I think it comes with a preparedness and a readiness, and where you are mentally. The prior proposals, I told them both no, because I knew I wasn't ready and it did not feel right. I'll know when it's right. When it's right, all of that will come. I always say, I don't just want kids, it's everything, it's the whole package, but it all falls in line. It all falls in line. I don't just, if I just wanted a kid, that's easy to have. That's, I have plenty of friends that just have kids. A partner, an emotionally available partner, a partner that I can work out with. Like, I have all of these ideals that accepts me and allows me to show up as me, and allows me to be as hope as I am, without critique, because I am a personality. And I haven't had anyone try to dim my light. However, I'm a Sagittarius. My birthday was just Sunday. Is destiny pointing me somewhere? Where is it pointing me, Richard? I don't know. Where is it pointing me? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Um, and I was just talking to my mom about this because I, first of all, I was speaking about my father, who is currently getting stronger every day in a rehab facility, coming out of the ICU and then a step down to like regular hospital and a step down into a physical therapy center. And as much, what? Yo, that's cool. The 25th. And how I see that evolution of life and how much I love my father and how much he's done so much for me and our family. And I am such a go-getter that this is why I said, Richard, if I don't see you, I don't see you. It's a grand gesture. I'm constantly just walking towards the things that I want to do, that unless there's some grand gesture, I'm probably not going to see it. And, but I do love love. I'm definitely probably a lot softer than I appear, just because there's the elements that may conceal that, because I'm a dreamer and ambitious. And yeah, I am. I love to, like, I'm a very, very soft lady. I don't care about any of that. I care about the person. I don't care if someone has a requirement for an education. No, I just want to know what you've done. I just want to learn you. I don't care about that. I care about the person. Education means nothing. It can mean something. Knowledge is better. Education is something that you studied and was able to recall for a test or something of this nature, maybe to get to something that you want to do in life. I don't know. It doesn't mean that much to me. What means something to me is the person that you are, your character, your hobbies, how you speak, how you see the world, how you see life, how you forgive yourself. Do you work out? I don't know. I don't, none of that matters. When I was in the hospital with my dad, no one says, like, okay, so what education level did you have to have this beautiful wife and 5 daughters? None of that actually matters in life or to me. What you want, you can get. And that's a person, that is a thing, that is a dream. At times, education, I believe, can be too restrictive as someone who left college. I don't understand what that means. Richard, you're going to have to speak in real terms. There's always, if there is a beautiful woman, there's always a man that is trying to be next to that beautiful woman. I don't know all my real estate. I'm not a multi-family unit. I am me. But I don't really pay attention to many people. I don't. I don't. If you're boring and lame, I will just say this isn't for me. And I do appreciate real honesty. Honesty, honesty, honesty. As honest as you can be. That is something that I look fondly on, because you never know what a person will go for. Someone may actually be up for what you're offering. If you're honest about it, allow me to have the chance to say, okay, is that something that I'm open to? I'm not too restrictive, because people are just people. I don't know what people like. I don't know how they set up their lives. It may not be that traditional way that is the standard. I travel a lot. I like to, I've usually moved countries or places every 3 to 5 years. That may not be what someone else is up for. And I can understand that. But for me, it's somewhat normal. It's somewhat normal to say, okay, what country do I want to live in now? Or where do I want to go? Or where do I want to spend the next 3 months? But if you aren't on that, then you're not on that. That's it. That's just it. So yes, marriage, I've been proposed to. I've said no. I've even said maybe we can do like a 10-year contract where we like try it out for 10 years and then see, do we want to renew? How does that sound, I am prêt? Like 10 years and then we can revisit the contract and say, do we want to renew this or are we not going to renew this? Because 10 years is like a lifetime, at least for me. 10 years is like a lifetime. You change like every 7 years, probably for me every 2 to 3. So maybe it isn't for the entire life. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't had a relationship span 20 years. Yeah, just like a full lifetime. I do get it because there's a point where it's like, we're already in this. I'm not going anywhere and you're not going anywhere. But you could always go somewhere. There's always someone out there. My mom, who is 73 and quite beautiful, is always getting hit on. She gets hit on at the church, and especially since they haven't seen my father, at the grocery store. Like, I can see that it doesn't matter. You can always find something if that's what you want to do. I am just really talking right now because yeah, I mean, I have sadness, possibly. I don't know. I don't know how you can see sadness. Possibly. Maybe there is. Yeah, my longest relationship was 5 years. But we've known each other for about 12. Sure, yeah. There is a part of that is, of course, everyone wants a forever love, I think. There is an element that may be slightly frightening because that would be that would overtake me. But not because that negates it. And I believe that would be beautiful because that would like shoot my creativity through the roof. I think everything is exaggerated in the most beautiful way when you're in love. It really is. Yeah, I'll always have the space to be me. That's one thing. And I've seen glimpses of it, but at the time I was still trying to cater myself and mold myself into something that was acceptable. Because as I stated, I'm here with my parents for the holidays and I still hear it now. I hear why I wanted to leave so badly, my hometown and my parents' home, that I don't know. There's so many misconceptions, boss man. I don't know. I've said this before. My idea of myself rarely is the same as how other people see me. And that's with most people. What is a misconception? Oh, I get a lot of princess type stuff. Yeah, sure. And I am, though. I do have, those are correct. High standards, yes. I'm perfect for me, yes. But perfection is only perfected in the eyes of whoever's drawing the picture. Thank you, Michael. What's up? Have you been riding? Have you been riding your bike around Maui? This is a friend of mine from the islands of Maui. Yeah, it's not that I have high standards. I just know what I like. I see why my father did certain things. There's a lot of things where, okay. A lot of things don't impress me. Um, I'm never nervous. There's nothing in life that makes me nervous because I'm confident, I'm amazing, and what's not to love? Yeah, you should have high standards. Now, here's the thing. Some people would say high standards because it's how they see it. It's how they see it. But me not being impressed is just because, well, if I've been flying first or business class with my family since I was 5 or 6, that's normal to me. Prior to me being a flight attendant, that's normal. That's not high standards. That's just what was done. So that would not really impress me. And gifts don't really impress me unless it's a lot of thought that goes into it, because anything that can be bought from a store, it's typically not going to impress me. I do like vintage and one of a kind and one-off items that you would probably have to scour for. Uh, but I love experiences. I don't care for a handbag. I've had all of that, probably the best vintage. I've had all of that. It does nothing for me. Um, Experiences, like an experience. As I said, I wanted to go hiking in the Dolomites, and there was the the BMW driving experience. I don't, how can you know these things, Richard? How do you know, how do you tell that my soul is yearning for authentic? Um, like cool stuff, not stuff that I've even said on the app. I love TikTok. I do. Prior to TikTok, I wasn't on any social media. I've been off of social media since 2010. And then when I would look on my friends' social media, I was the only one that wasn't on social media at all. I only came on to widen my reach within my speaking career. So I am on here as well as YouTube. Um, I've already done a lot of this stuff. I've already done most of this stuff. And I am praised in most of my lives when I speak about traveling or living abroad. I was already living abroad. I did that already, and I do love to travel, and I still do, and I've done it, and done it to a pretty high degree. And my challenges now are, as I said, the TED Talk that I gave in Germany was a huge accomplishment and a gift to myself. That's a huge gift. The challenges and gifts that I give to myself are, how are my blessings? Your blessings are your drawbacks? How is that, Richard? I don't understand that. You just gotta be really cool. Yeah, I am Frey wants to know that as well, because I don't think any blessing can be a drawback. So I need you to explain that, because now you've captivated my interest by what your answer will be. And King Kush Imp, is that about some sort of medicated products, your name? Yeah, I don't know how else. Most people, I think, have a misconception on who they think I am just simply from probably how I talk. Maybe I don't know what I need. I need them all. Old, young, middle. They're all great. The only thing great with the only downside with a more mature man is their energy level, because I have a lot of energy and that can be a drawback. So, sure, I, I've, I do love an older man. My last partner was 8 years older than me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now that's funny. Why, King Kush Imp? Why is that funny? And they're all, what's up, Sky? You can tell. You can tell. Well, I like him young too. You know, I like a little bit of everything because I'm out. It's real. It's real. As long as you can keep up with me, because I am quite a energetic ball of goodness. And they're there. I believe they exist in the world for me. I say they because I believe there's more than one. And Joy for Life, I haven't seen you. I was on the live yesterday. Did you jump in yesterday? I'm happy to see you jumping into the live. Yeah, I mean, there's not just one. No, I think there's more than one at different times. Ah, okay. Okay, okay. All right. All right. I'm all for that. Okay. I will just say okay. We spoke about that. Yeah, I thought no. I still think it's about something medicated because didn't is and I'm saying it purposely to not spark anyone from the app's bots, but I think it's about some medicated herb. Is that true? And we spoke about that because I personally do not smoke. I do love, I am from heaven originally, but I fell into California, Central California. But I've been away from California for about, I don't know, 20 years. Thank you. Nice to see your name across the screen again. Yeah, I'll do an edible or a medicated drink, but because I'm always talking so much, I won't inhale smoke. But I do love edible, and I do love an intentional psilocybin. Intentional. I had just thought about that because I used to do like microdosing regularly, and it's been a good probably like 6 months. Or I would do it every 2 to 3 months to rewire my brain. And I think mushrooms are amazing, and they're a powerful tool for self-exploration, and they're a powerful tool for learning about yourself and healing. And I enjoy everything that psilocybin brings. Okay, all right, understood. And I knew all of the people that would grow all of my psilocybin, and they're just powerful, and I really enjoy them. Outside of that, no, nothing else. So we went from marriage to mushrooms, which both are great subjects. Are they? How? I'm hard to find. Here's the other thing. I'm hard to find. I am hard. The reason why I meet the gentlemen I meet, it's because they're where I'm at. Outside of that, I'm not really out. I'm at events. I'm not going to be at a bar. I'm not going to be at a club. I'm not going to be just in certain places. And so unless you were at the TED event or at the events that I'll be at in the next coming weeks, it's very difficult just to find me out unless you're in like a thrift store or the airport, which I always say I love. That's where I meet a lot of people, either traveling, which I love. And we talked about this because I said the airport is the world's crossroads. It's the world's intersection. Never go to the airport in sweats or looking like you just woke up, because everyone intersects in the airport, and it's a great place to meet people and network and make new friends. And I also am not, because I was a flight attendant, distance is not something that is a unicorn. Yes, I've been called that, but in a different sense, because that is a funny story. There was a funny story where someone wanted me to be their third because they saw me as a unicorn. And I was like, I am flattered by that you want to include me, but no, 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 no. But thank you for the ask. And I appreciate the honesty, and I will not participate. But thank you. I wasn't upset. That's the thing. I can take an honest question, anything. Exactly. I learned what that unicorn is. Yes, I love poems. It's really actually a thing that is kind of just used and thrown to the side, because a unicorn in a third with three people is like the person that just jumps in and out with, like, I don't care about your feelings. You're just here for our pleasure and then leave. I think that's somewhat harmful. I don't think that that's inclusive of everyone's feelings at all. So that was a quick no. And I don't have a favorite. I've said this on my lives. I don't have a favorite of anything. That's somewhat limiting to just say, this is it. This is my favorite of all time. No, I don't. There's a lot of authors that I love. What am I reading currently? I'm reading actually a book from, what's his name? He was the chef and he self-transitioned. And it's called World Traveler. The book is called World Traveler. And Anthony Bourdain. I just got this book. It would be from Rumi. Rumi is one of my favorite poets. And give me a moment to recall that. I'll have to bring it up on the computer. Yeah, I am. I love going to the library, but I also always buy books when I go secondhand shopping. And I saw it, and I'm a world traveler, and I thought it would be great inspiration. So I picked up this book from Anthony Bourdain called World Traveler. This was that thrift shopping the day before my birthday, which I found some great things. What else we were talking about? Yeah, love, 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 love. It's so wonderful. I have been known. Yeah, no, this was outside of my mom. That was the next day. See, I thrift shopped for like 3 days in a row. The night before, I went by myself. Yeah, I have read aloud on live. You would have to, I have read aloud on live. Maybe, I don't have the book here with me, but I have my computer. All right, Richard, you'll keep waiting. You got to wait on me. We're talking about love and maybe how I've possibly ran from love, not feeling worthy of love, all of that. I can reflect now and see all of those things. And I believe that's why I'm like, okay, my heart is ready to accept love. I am ready. I am ready. The next person that asks will definitely get a yes to the marriage proposal. Third time is the charm. And, when I think about the first proposal, uh, I know it would have ended because I was just a completely different person. I am now a completely different person. And I don't have a favorite. I have instruments that I love. I love the stand up string bass, which I played for several years. I love a tuba. I love a gospel organ. Actually, my favorite instrument would probably be a gospel organ. It reminds me of my grandmother and it brings nostalgia. I love percussion. I love flutes. I love the xylophone. Yes. Oh, tuba. Yes. And I love the tuba because of, well, I love tuba in Raphael Sadiq's song. I love the tuba. I love the French horn. I played trumpet. I love the saxophone. What's the other one? The long one? Like it's like a jazzy, is this not a saxophone? It is it is like a saxophone, but just long. And I love a flute, but it's not a flute. It is a brass instrument. I love the xylophone. It's a brass instrument that's just long. I'm going to look it up right now. Thank you, Adrian, though, Mathis. My sister played the flute, so I have fond memories of the flute. Okay, so the brass instrument. What is this one? I'm coming home to you. Maybe it looks like the clarinet and it's brass though, unless I'm just thinking of the clarinet. The French horn is beautiful. I love the French horn, just the look of the French horn. Oh, the piccolo. Yeah, I love the clarinet. My other sister played clarinet. The flute fits. Okay, I'll try that out. The flute fits. So we were talking about love and how I might have I have been that person where people are like, that girl Hope, I loved her so much. I loved her so much. And she just left. I have been that. I have. And that's not something to brag about, but it is a badge I wear. It is a badge I wear. But I'm ready to turn it in. I'm actually saying this on TikTok, on social media. I'm putting out the bird call. Brr, brr. Play some flute, like me actually play the flute. Me actually play the flute. That probably won't happen, Richard. I'm here. You're here to impress me. You play the flute for me. Have flute on in the background, you see? That's how it starts. And the man starts requesting the background music. That's how it starts. Since I'm being a bit more personable outside of speaking in all of my confidence, this is what it looks like. Me talking about love. And feeling worthy of it. Do your bird dance. I don't have a bird dance. I put out the bird call. Thank you, Winifred, for sharing the live. I put out the bird call, but I don't do a bird dance 2041. What you think this is? Ain't no bird dance around here. Ain't no bird dance. Okay, I'm okay with that too. Um, oh, my sister. Oh, okay, not you, him. Okay. I don't think that's going to happen because Richard said, hell no, I'm not going to impress you. So there's that too. That could possibly impress me. I don't know why it's an immediate no. What's up, Bia? Oh my gosh, everyone in my live. Go add Bia the flower child. She has sound healing. Bia, I have to tell you, I go into your lives every day. And today, the one where I tapped a little message, it was perfect. It's exactly what I needed because I find sound healing so therapeutic. And I had just been putting so much work into my productivity during the day that I just needed to hear that. There you go. All right, boss man. I love that. It's what I needed because it got me back into my flow. So thank you for sharing your sound healing. I love a sound bath. I really, really do. I'm waiting, boss man. I'm waiting. I'm watching. I'm watching. So, and Bia, we're talking about love, I guess, because it's the holidays, and people want someone to hug during the holidays. I don't know. Is that what is going on? You are nervous. I am nervous. Okay. All right. Thank you for the follow. Hey, Mister. If that's what you believe, sure. So, yeah, when it cools down, because I am in California and where my parents live, it's a bit cooler, but I always forget because living in Hawaii, it's always warm. So I do understand why I guess people want to be cuddled up with someone during when it cools down. I just, I don't know. It's not even something I've consciously really thought about. I really enjoy hugging myself. I don't really stop and think about it, but maybe I do. What's up, Detroit Sean? What's up? What's up? What's up? I hope your holiday was lovely. But I sure, maybe. Where was I last holiday season? I might have been. No, I was just in Hawaii chilling. I think I went to the beach. Like, I don't really think about. Yes, I do love physical touch. I do love physical touch. Thank you. I miss you too. I miss you too. I'm glad to see you in my life. Hugs are needed. Physical touch is necessary. This is partially why I get massages, just because that physical touch. And that is true. Maybe that is it. Maybe that is it. Bia, I think you hit it on the head, Bia. All I need is a hug and a sound bath and a cup of tea, and I'm good to go. Yeah, you could be correct. We'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of changes. And sometimes I'm so laser focused that it's not something that I'm actually thinking about. I do have a lot of fun just in my life. Like, I love my life. I'm always open and available for when love is here. And I love myself. Yeah, I do not have, see, here's the thing, I don't have stress. I don't have high blood pressure. In fact, I have really low blood pressure because my doctor has told me, wow, you have really low blood pressure. And my heart's pretty healthy. So I'm doing all right. However, it'll be great when with someone as well. Which one of my love languages are the least? I think it's I gave that book to someone because I had that book. Yeah. It's because we're relaxed and listening, meditating and sound healing. Of course you would. Which one is the least? Because it's words of affirmation, physical touch, gift giving, something and something. It's one of the something and somethings. Physical touch, words of affirmation. Oh, acts of service. Okay, so I think my top three are like acts of service, physical touch, gifts, words of affirmation, and then the last one, acts of service. Acts of service is really high for me because I do like someone to like if someone brings me a cup of tea or something that I like, I do love that. I love acts of service. I do, I do, I do. Does raindrops tickle you? Does raindrops tickle me? Does rain? No, raindrops don't tickle me. But I do go outside in the rain. I do. I do that. Especially in Hawaii because it helps clear your energy. So I go outside in the rain. Anytime it's raining, I go outside in the rain. What's up, Youth to King? So now I've said enough. I'm doing quite well. I'm reading it. It says, "Does raindrops tickles you?" Does raindrops tickles you? What am I not reading correctly? I've said enough. I've said enough. I put out the bird call. And no, they don't. Thank you, IFA. No, they don't. Okay. Yeah. It's a puzzle. Okay. I like puzzles, but I'm not solving that one. At this point, that is enough for me. Does raindrops tickle you? And yes, about getting married. Yes. I put out the bird call, okay? It's for me because it's time. Maybe there's something going on in the background that I'm not sharing, but I'm just putting more out there. So that's it. I will be back to my regular scheduled lives tomorrow. And I'm just finishing an upload with speaking on my, thank you, Boss Man, for the follow on my YouTube channel, which is the same name, Hope is Speaking. I think it's finished buffering now. So it'll be, yeah, it does. It does. In the background, like background behind me, or in general? Whoever the person is, will be, is always going to be lucky because it's me. Thank you, I'm Frey. I'm just throwing it out there. Um, and that's it. In my mind, there's no, I'm not gonna, I will not confirm or deny. I will not confirm nor deny Youth to King or Richard. I will not confirm nor deny. But there will be no virtual dates. I can assure you of that. And I will be happy in every situation. Okay? I will be happy in every situation. So, my name is Hope. Yeah, that is my real name. My name is Hope. I have a sister named Faith and a sister named Charity, Ant-Man. It is the season of love. It is. You see how I'm like drifting off? It is the season of love. So we will see. Or not. I wouldn't. You would never see it on my TikTok page or any of my social media. I can assure you of that. That would not be seen. That's not what social media is about. Aww, that's cute. Yeah, it is God's blessing, isn't it? Until it no longer is. And then you got to replace them and go. That's not spoken about when it was the blessing, but it's no longer the blessing. Where things just change. Then there's that part. A grand gesture, Richard, yep, or it ain't gonna happen. You still think about it? I know. I've been that person for some people. Please leave God out of this. That's true too. That is true too. You've had your share of lemons in the used car lot of love. If you feel that way about it, okay, that's okay too, Youth to King. That's all just opinions and perspectives. Why David write lemons in the used car lot of love? Who am I? I think that may be too general of a question to summarize. Maybe I was her. I don't know. Was I? Was I her? Do I know you, Ant-Man? Was I her? Love, love, love. Marriage is for life. Oh, okay, Youth to King. Until it is. Marriage is for life until it's not. Like, it can end. And one can enter with the intention of having it for life and then it not work out. So that is how I see it. And there is that part of it. There is no hard and fast rules with these things. And also, it's just a creation of man. Let's also remember that. I do believe that it can be beneficial and helpful, and it's great. It's great. It's great. I was raised by two people that really love each other and showed me what a beautiful partnership is. And if that's not the belief of someone, then that's okay too. Oh, I am fine. Okay. So yeah, trying again. I'm all for that. I'm all for trying again. You said 20 years later. Sometimes it's nice though to try again because you have that nostalgia of what you think it will be, but it's not. As long as marriage doesn't have roaches, well, that's okay. Um, sure. My faith is me. Well, it could have also been the lesson, David. Like, I see a compassion within a lack of compassion of human beings. Maybe it wasn't that you didn't do research. Who wants to do research on a person? You gain more credibility and more knowledge the more that you do these things. So, in future situations, you just know how to navigate and what to ask and what to look out for. So it's not that you lost anything. Actually, you gained a resource. What is my finger size? 8. And that's true. The dealership, not the lot. Matter of fact, why the dealership? You should be having someone just, you should be able to go to where the best selection is, not on a lot. Maybe it's for sale by owner only. I love rubies. Diamonds are great, but I prefer colored stones. And diamonds are a grand gesture, but I prefer a ruby or an emerald. Thank you for the gift, Bia. Sounds like I pass on great wisdom to myself. To myself. That's what it's about. Youth to King. Your opinion does not matter to me. So I understand that it's your opinion, but your opinion is just that. It's yours. It's how you see it from the moment you were born till this second. So that is okay. I'm okay with that. And okay. That's just my response to that. That's it. Yeah, well kept. And listen, life is life. People are people. I'm still figuring that out. Youth to King. I don't adhere to any of these rules that are set by people. Usually the origin of these things weren't, me being a woman, weren't made to favor women. We do understand that. Let me tell you my perspective of the origin of marriage. It was ownership. And there was a reason for that. And also to spread a name, there's several things. But in 2023, that use of ownership does not have the same title that it did in 1706. So the outlook is different. It has to be different. We're different people. We subscribe to a different society. We have our own outlook on our own future in life. I have my own outlook as far as my place as a woman in this universe. So for me to adhere to a outdated set of standards of what marriage is, no, I don't. And let me also tell you, women outlive men. So it works well for a man because it is great to have a partner there with you. And listen, there was no topic that was brought up. This is the name of the live. This is not a debate. This isn't an argument. This is a conversation. From my side, I'm telling you my perspective. There is no winner in this. So look, I challenge you to see it as that way. I challenge you, Youth the King, to see this conversation as a space of just expression, not a space of this person needs to understand this, because that's not helpful, nor is it compassionate. And I don't know if this helps you in some way. It seems that it has maybe struck a chord and is uncomfortable. But all it is a discourse. It's a discourse. In all reality, none of this means anything. Here's the other thing. That's what it means to me. None of this means anything. Not tomorrow, not in 10 years, not in 20 years. This conversation means nothing. In the course of my life, it doesn't mean anything. And because of that, I don't weigh it as heavily. I don't. Even with marriage. It's somewhat of an outdated concept. Companionship is great when two people agree that they want to be with each other and have an honest conversation on how they want to go forward. But if it's speaking of me coming from your rib and all of that, that's not a plane that I choose to have this discussion on. And that was never said, but I'm using that as just a point of reference. It all means, yeah. I mean, this whole conversation, I, is that, yes, this is what we are doing. However, to me, what it doesn't sound like it's filled with compassion when the response is, your opinion is, I'm not ready. Sure. But why? It could also be, that is how she sees it, and maybe that's what's for her. I won't cast that judgment, and I'll allow her to figure it out instead of saying, you're not ready. You see how that works? That's right. Youth to King did want to take me on a virtual date, which is not a grand gesture. That is not a grand gesture. So that would not work. I've never had a virtual date, nor would I. That's just a conversation over. That's a phone call. That's a phone call. What would be a grand gesture? I don't know. See, I've had really, really big gestures. And this is why I say, if I see nothing, I say nothing, because I'm really content within my own space. There are times where if I sit long enough and think like, oh, yeah, a relationship would be nice. Like when I sit in silence, when I wake up at 3 a.m. and think about that, yes. Outside of that, it doesn't really cross my mind. It doesn't really cross my mind. Yeah, it's a talk. It is a talk. Thank you. Thank you, Aunt Xavier Brown. You love curvy ladies and can't compensate with something. Sure, but even that, men, you're a man. Men, this is a judgment, will like a willing participant. So you can be curvy or you can be a size 0. But if you're a willing participant, I'm small myself. I've never heard a man say, Hope, you're not curvy enough. Leave me alone. Get out of the room. Put your shirt on. I've never heard that, ever, ever. So I know we all have preferences. That's great. But thank you, like a tall glass of water. But so what? Here's the other thing. I like people who like me. And I'm all for a preference. We all have our preferences. I like people who like me. I am never looking at someone who doesn't like me, because that may not work in my favor. Okay. I make my life very easy. You will never hear me say this person doesn't like me, but I like them, and why don't they like my hair and my red lipstick? No, I like people that like me because all I can be is hope, right? I will never be a curvy woman. I am 5'8" and I float between a size 0 to a size 2. Okay? I wear the same clothes that I could have worn in 8th grade. That is just it. And I accept that. I am very Esperanza. Yes, I'm very confident with that. I'm okay with me. Um, so that's okay. Yeah, my schedule is increasingly being added to for the rest of the year. And that's what. You heard that? It's increasingly being calendar dates, which is great. What's up, Anthony Williams? So, what else? Yeah, you got that, I am Frey. You got that. You got that right. Uh, and still, if all of this is just because it's over TikTok, that's it. If this was in real life, none of this would be said. None of it. None of it, except from my end. Why is the name for a woman hope so rare? It's not. Maybe it's just rare for the people you've been around. And certain cultures use it more than English speakers. Like Esperanza is a very common name in Spanish speaking cultures, Esperanza in Portuguese. Um, uh, and hope in Arabic is very common. Hope in Arabic is like a very common name. And it is, let me tell you. Yamal. It also means something else. Amal. Amal or Amala. There's quite a few variations. So I don't know. It's my name. I have a sister named Faith. So and a sister named Charity. So we're all here, okay? I got them all around me. This is how I would talk in person. It's the same way I talk on TikTok. I purposely put up the name of my live to be that because I was thinking, maybe it's time. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know a few hopes. I've attracted a few hopes into my realm, into my presence. That is something, honestly, that I'm always going to be vocal about. Just the sheer archaic nature of relationships and what marriage means, because it means different things to different people. And I don't know if I just talk about it more. I just talk about it more. I'm sure it's beautiful. As I said, when that person, the second I meet that person, everything I'm saying will change. Everything. I'll be like, I'm in love and this is great. That's a part of it, too. I'm honest about that, too. And it won't wear off after like a month or two. Well, this is a fun life, isn't it? Yeah, I can see that too. One, I can see that. I can see that as like it's somewhat of a concept. There is a chemistry. There is definitely a. How are you calling me, Richard? How are you calling me? Unless you're somebody I know with a different name, you can't just call me. So there's that part. And I constantly say how I don't pick up the phone. I'm going to change that though. I'm going to start answering the phone more. Richard's not calling me. No, Richard is not. Yeah, I've never really spoken about this on live. I'm going to show up differently on TikTok slightly. Because there's a part of me that is very protective of those parts of my personality. I am. I've been very protective of my being and my heart because I've just been out here. I've been traveling the world and I have to protect my heart. I have to. So sorry if I break yours because I'm protecting mine, but I got to fight. But now, yeah, change is great. But now it's good. You see the smile. You see me talking about love. I'm not as robotic. Like I can chill a little bit. And I put the bird call out. Put the bird call out. So maybe maybe the vibrations have gone out. Maybe you'll see me with someone's hand like this. That's as much as you would ever see because no, I am afraid. Here's the thing here on TikTok, it's all fun, but these dudes, they wouldn't even know what to do with a hope. They wouldn't in real life because I'm real. Sadness? Yeah, possibly. It could, I don't, sure. Sadness, though? Okay. I'll take that. Yeah, as I've said, I've had great men in my life. I really have. I really have. It was both, but it was me. Well, we're South, like South America, because if it's the South of America, the USA, yeah, no. No to that. But that's exactly what you should be doing. I go south. I don't like being anywhere cold. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's still in the US. But South Florida, Miami, Lauderdale, all those places are great. My preference is to never be in the cold. Uh, ever. It's just better for the human body to be in mild temperature. Yeah, Lauderdale is cool. But more than likely, I've spoken about this too. I don't care for the US. I am moving back outside of the US. And I will be back living full time outside of the US. Looking into my eyes. Yeah, out of this, yes, absolutely. I will always come back because my parents are here. Um, but cold, no. When I lived in New York and New Jersey, I would leave for 3 months and go somewhere warm, typically Mexico, for the half of December, all of January and February. And when it come back, I would try to stretch it till April, but most of the time March. I prefer to be in warm weather. My perfect outfit is a bikini top and vintage Levi's cutoff shorts. Okay. This is why I enjoy traveling and then coming back to Hawaii, because the air is humid, my skin looks great, but I like a really beautiful, easy life. Setting my sights on, there's multiple locations because I've always seen myself with homes all around the world. Okay, well, there we go, Richard. You from a tropical island. How? Okay, okay, okay. I'm listening. I've been told that, and then I always come back. People say, I would take you away. I bet you would, and I'll come right back to wherever I want to go. There's that part too. That's the thing. The hard part isn't taking me away. The difficult part is having me stay, because I will go. Um, this has been really good because I do have a lot of barriers up that I think no longer are necessary. So, as I grow, I will show more, and stimulate me is not a problem. How do you know that? How do you know? Now you're taking it too far, buddy. How do you know? How do you know? How do you know? I am Frey. How does he know? You ain't never had a hope, I can tell you that. Not a HOPE. You're tired? Me too. I am tired. Whenever I do this to my hair, I'm tired. I'm been typing and checking off lists and doing fulfilling things. Ah, it's your job. Okay. Okay, Richard. Yeah, tell us, Richard. This was fun. Wait a minute, Richard. You got a crowd now and you got me. Before I get off and take a shower and go to sleep, let's see. Let's hear your best shot. Let's see if the crowd approves. You're taking with your Mr. Okay? I don't understand that. Did I read that incorrectly? We need, oh, you know what, Pia? Actually, I'm going to send you a message because I see you're still here. But Richard, I don't understand what you're saying. You're taking with your Mr. Okay. What does that mean? Well, let's start here. I love the cooking. I cook exceptionally well. I also prefer to eat at a lovely restaurant, but the one thing is I never had to worry about catching a bus. I understand, as I said, there's levels to this, and that is a level, but that's a level that I've surpassed, so it's not something I consciously said, with him, I never had to catch a bus. That is a win, but for me, that probably isn't that probably isn't something that I consciously think about not doing. But if we're living in Europe, a bus and a train is usually what we would take because you typically don't drive. And that is still a win. I'm not knocking you for that. I'm saying for myself, that's not something that I've really focused on, not catching the bus. making sure the man that I'm with doesn't have me catching a bus. Nature, of course, is my calling. I love nature. Waterfalls. So thank you for that. Yeah, I didn't. My parents wouldn't let me work in high school, but I always had friends to take me places. What's up, Henry Dawes? Um, I'm gonna start labeling my lives differently because I've never had. I mean, the people. This is great. This is great. This is exactly what I needed. I needed to laugh. And my mom said that earlier today. I know. I'm going to start. Listen, when I said put the bird call out, I really put the bird call out. Okay. Okay. I'm going to start putting the bird call out every day. Right? Everyone needs. That is true. That is true. That is true. Great conversations. Get me 1, 2, or 3, and I'll weed through and see. This will be our whole TikTok dating show. Good night, Bia. I'm going to send you a message probably tomorrow because I'm not doing anything else tonight. You have 21 questions for me. 21 questions? I'll need some flowers before I answer 21 questions. Richard, come on. Thank you for the green heart. I will see you tomorrow in your live, Bia. And to all of Darren, what's up? I love you too. Darren's always saying nice, slick things. And I always say nice, slick things back. We almost have our own little back and forth. What's up, Mr. Hawkins? But all of these people that pop into my lives, I didn't receive no type of special messages. And I purposely didn't come on for my birthday, but my birthday was Sunday. You still have time. We're within 7 days. So with that, I'm going to close off this live. It was different. I think in the mornings or earlier in the day. Yeah. Oh, that's great. She was a seamstress. I sew too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's great. That's lovely that you speak so highly about her. Earlier in the day will be the confidence, will be the inspiration, will be my normal lives. And then, yeah, he was in love. Later in the evening, we will do something a bit more intimate. I think this is good for me. And I'm excited. I really am. Thank you for the entertaining conversation, everyone, because, yeah, I've been a bit, thank you. I appreciate that, Henry. Yeah, you can watch my TED Talk, the next, I don't know if there's next, but you can watch my TED Talk now. You can go into my link in bio or just go onto YouTube and Google Hope, the emergency landing you need, TED. But I think it's the second or third link in my link in bio, and you can watch my TED Talk. Yeah, but you know where to find me, Richard. I'm not going to do, I won't be doing much pursuing. As I said, what's for me comes to me. I don't do much pursuing. Thank you, Ant-Man. So, okay, Richard. You can check out the TED Talk, and that's what I do professionally. That's what I do. And that actually took a lot. That video is on YouTube as well. So I'm going to upload 3 key things, benefits to speaking confidently, or how you can speak more confidently, because that's what I do. And yeah, check out my TED Talk to see what I actually do. Notice that I have no shoes on because I like to feel the earth. And I appreciate you guys. Even though it's TikTok, this is an outlet. This is why I'm massaging my scalp, probably. Because love comes in different forms. Yeah, I told you, I'm not pursuing you, Richard. I am as feminine and womanly as you get. I don't do that. My full-time pursuit is my dream and building others' voices. You are my student now, Ant-Man. Look, I am Frey. Have you seen how completely different this live has been? Have you seen, because I am Frey, for everyone in this live, is always in my live. She is the pioneering hopeful. I don't think you've ever seen a live like this, but let's do these nightly love lives. Is it because you are here? Okay. Yes, girl, completely. I love that you're here. You just feel like a familiar friend. I was honest about this. Maybe I do just need to be cuddled up and loved. I'm just putting myself into all these work situations, but you know, building yourself and making a name for yourself is always great. So this has been great. I'll still close the live with my 3 things. Be the reflection of love, because am I a fan? Sure. There's a few songs I like of hers. I would go to a Sade concert. Yeah, I know quite a few of her songs, but I don't think I'm a fan. I don't think I have any of her songs currently in my Serato. So, be the reflection of love. You were not my last live. The last concert I went to was Tony in Vegas. Be the reflection of love, because we all come from an infinite source of love. I am falling deeply in love. And show up, because that's all you had to do. All you did today was show up. And look what happened. Make it look good when you show up, because I always will. And be open to love. Be open to love. All right, Richard. I am Frey. Just keep watching this space, please, girl. Thank you for getting the live up to over 8,000. Boy, bye. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Good night. Check out my YouTube, Hope is Speaking, and my TED Talk. Good night. Bye.